All right, Representative Issa joins us right now. What is your primary objection to where we stand today, Representative?
Well, it's very clear that an inconvenient truth has been replaced by a convenient lie. We'd like to get to the bottom of the lie. I know many people are going after the hackers. I view this more like deep throat. Let's talk about the break-in when it comes to science being basically faked in order to get an outcome that those individuals wanted.
Right. So let's stop there and talk about what is it in other words, the science around the trend towards global warming uniformly seems very much intact. The science around the impact of global warming and the rate at which global warming is occurring seems murky. Are you willing to accept the first aspect, which is the what, and then get into a debate as to the how and how bad it will be, et cetera?
Well, exactly. I've always been a supporter that it appears as though climate change, global warming, if you will, is coming on us. And whether it's expedited by man a little bit or a lot, we need to be cognizant of it. We need to take a look at what we can do to limit it. And by the way, also to deal with it if it's inevitable. But if we're going to have fake science lead to us spending trillions of dollars, not on reducing sulfur dioxide, but only on sequestration of carbon, we could spend a fortune doing what might be just not very effective.
Understood. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree, regardless of the science, and again, I can see the distinctions between one body of science, which is very much intact, and another one that still seems to be subject for debate. But we all know that fossil fuels will run out, that in other words, that the political body, I would think, has tremendous motive, irrespective of global warming, to get us off of a dependency on a fuel that we know is pollutive, and we give money to people who want to kill us in the process.
Well, there's no question at all that when we look at our dependence on fossil fuel, we've got to get off of it. We've got to find cost-effective alternatives. But as you know, cap and trade passed from the House simply passes on trillions of dollars to other people.
Well, Brazil gets the money. No, Brazil gets that money. That money goes, it's the cheapest place to do it is to send it to Brazil and buy. It just is by math. I'm not joking. The mathematics, you know, and I both know it. If you and I run a coal factory in America and we want to hedge ourselves, we send a bunch of money to Brazil. But at the same time, I guess my concern, the concern for many others, is that the distractions of that politics and the politics of defending fossil fuel in general, as opposed to accommodating the future interests of my children, Christia's children, yours, et.cetera., by moving forward irrespective of the debate, as opposed to using the debate as a way to block progress that we know we need to have occur. And the criticism of the Republican Party has been that they're very much resistant to that.
Well, you've got to remember that the current move forward will not stop one coal mine. It will not stop one coal plant. They will continue to burn and buy offsets. As a result, your children will continue to have climate negative particulates that are raining down on California from China and on you from Wyoming. That's realistically what EPA's duty has been for years, is to improve our health. We may give that up in the name of cap and trade. Well, all we're asking, and this is a person who has been supportive of climate change research, all we're asking is to make sure that those trillions of dollars are spent in the best possible way. If we spend $1 trillion getting alternate energy that is non-carbon based up and running and price competitive, or we spend it buying credits from China, Brazil, and around the world, which do you think is going to do more for what your children are going to enjoy?
I get it. And Russia, by the way, has a bunch of those carbon credits that expire in 2012, which leads to the James Bond conspiracy theory. I don't know where you stand. I'll save you that question for another time, Representative. Thank you so much for the conversation this morning. Straight ahead here, we're back with Christia, Jonathan Capehart, and a little plug-in here at the morning meeting. Those state dinner gate crashers, not the only ones breaching White House security, believe it or not. Some surprising new details.